And this is Supervisor Richard Forster with your report for our meeting of Tuesday, April 13th. And I don't mind giving up a little more time to the A&A Shooter. Great program in the county and very successful. As well, we have some other events going on this week. Jim McCargy from our Solid Waste Department in the county did report under Public Matters that Boy Scout Troop 78 members would be awarded the Recycler Ricky Award for their efforts in recycling. And they'll also recognize the runners-up on May 6, 2010 at the Solid Waste meeting, regional agency meeting. And Jim announced that April 24th is Earth Day cleanup event at Dieter Park, and that'll be a great event. They'll have lots of activities and things that they're handing out. Another event coming up under our agenda, we had Joy Stone report that the Week of the Young Child is coming up this week, and a children's event will take place, Celebrate Our Children, 12th annual at Argonaut High School, April 17th, this coming Saturday. And it's from 11 to 3, lots of free things, and it is a free event. Looks like the weather's going to be great. And another item that took a lot of discussion at the Board of Supervisors was from our planning department. Our director, Susan Grijalva, reported on the sphere of influence discussions with cities. These are upcoming. They are mandated by law that the cities must come in and coordinate this with the county, talk to the county, and agreement must be reached. After that point, it goes to LAFCO for approval. This is just talking about the sphere of influence. As Christopher Jordan, city planner for Ione, said, all it means is they're drawing a line around the cities and picking some locations. They try not to do it arbitrarily. They try not to leave one little island within that circle out. So with that being said, there is a lot of emotion in this, because I know there are some people that when general plan discussions take place at the city and they talk about those spheres of influences, some people are hesitant to speak too loudly for a number of reasons, but the city may not hear what the Board of Supervisors hear from people that live in the unincorporated area of the county. So it is important for the board to have that input, for the board to have that discussion of the input. The discussion yesterday was how to formulate that. It is by law that this has to take place. Susan Grijalva recommended that Board of Supervisors form an ad hoc committee. Several changes made yesterday. It will go to staff level between city and county first for the initial discussions. Then it will come to that ad hoc committee of the County Land Use Committee, which is myself and Supervisor Boitano. Unless a supervisor from the district, let's say for instance Supervisor Plaz, wants to be in on the discussions for Jackson, he would go in and replace a member at the choosing of the chairman and be part of that discussion. I know if City of Ione was involved, I would want to be a part of that discussion since they are part of my district. City of Amador City, same thing. So that'll be the change. That ad hoc committee will be formed and go through that discussion before it goes to the Board of Supervisors. The other discussion that took place was on tax transfer agreements. This is really not brain surgery. We try to do what's best for the county and the cities and form an amicable agreement. We have a master tax sharing agreement with the city of Sutter Creek. We also have several individual tax sharing agreements that took place over the past with Sutter Creek and with the city of Jackson. So I think we can work all these things out without everybody getting huffy and puffy and you know, trying to do what's best for our constituents, for the city constituents. Everybody just get along. So next thing up, AB 900 funding. We had John Hopkins from our Sheriff's Department, or from our General Services and Sheriff Martin Ryan in, as well as Mike Ryan in, Treasurer Tax Collector, giving his 2 cents on this. AB 900, the state is actually a step ahead of the counties now. We still are going to have a hard time making this work because the amount of money we're talking about, $20 million with a 25% match by the county. You're still talking about $5 million, plus you're talking about staffing. The state has eased the restriction that you must have full staffing. That is, if we build it to 165, we must staff it to 165. They have eased up on that restriction and said you only need to staff it to the population you have in the jail. The one thing they have not eased up on is the distribution of the remaining funds. They say the Phase 1 funds will not roll over and be used in Phase 2. So if the county were to do this, there's very little hope, unless new legislation is struck, that we would be eligible for that remaining money of over $100 million that's left in the pot. By the way, Mike Ryan, our treasurer tax collector, did say that at the beginning it was about a $10 million loan we'd need. Now it's 10 to 15 million. He doesn't see a lot of hope for being able to make this work. Eland Construction, the board did take action yesterday over a 6-month period, giving Mark Steiner and Eland Construction time to work this out, but it's for reclamation of the property where they took all of the rock when the bypass was built. The board will appropriate that $218,000 fund that money was put into to use for reclamation if Mr. Steiner doesn't work it out with the bank and everybody else in 6 months. 223-6470 at the board office if you have any questions. And the Supervisor Richard Forster will talk to you next week.